You're listening to a podcast by the Perennial Leader Project. Welcome back to Dying Every Day, Stoicism in a Year. Today is day 26, and we're exploring the problem with comparison through a selected passage from Seneca. In a letter to his friend Lucilius, Seneca wrote, "To have whatever one wishes is in no man's power. It's in his power not to wish for what he has not, but cheerfully to employ what comes to him." We fail to realize how many things are unnecessary until they begin to be wanting. We merely use them, not because we need them, but because we have them. And how much do we acquire simply because our neighbors have acquired such things, or because most men possess them? Many of our troubles may be explained by the fact that we live according to a pattern, and instead of arranging our lives according to reason, are led astray by convention. There are things which, if done by the few, we should refuse to imitate. Yet when the majority have begun to do them, we follow along, just as if anything were more honorable because it is more frequent. This passage is adapted from a letter known today as On the Conflict Between Pleasure and Virtue. Consider reflecting on a few of your recent wants or desires. Take a few minutes to explore them. You might ask yourself, where do or did these desires come from? It's fascinating and humbling to consider that our desires are not always our own. The French historian and philosopher René Girard discovered a similar idea as the Stoics, which he called mimetic desire. Girard discovered that we don't know what to desire and therefore turn to others to make up our minds. We learn through imitation to desire the same things as others. The German philosopher Schopenhauer was deeply influenced by Seneca's insight. In an essay titled Our Relation to Ourselves, he explained, "Envy is a vice and a source of misery. We should treat it as the enemy of our happiness and stifle it like an evil thought." This is Seneca's advice, as he puts it. We shall be pleased with what we have if we avoid the self-torture of comparing our lot with some other and happier one. Reflecting on what it means to live a good life involves thinking for ourselves, at least to the best of our abilities. As Seneca stressed in his letter to Lucilius, we should, quote, refuse to imitate and question and explore our desires. Thank you for listening to Dying Every Day, Stoicism in a Year. I hope you found something useful for daily life. If you enjoy what we're doing here and want to support the project, consider becoming a Perennial Meditations member. And finally, as always, I urge you to put what you heard into practice. Until next time, be wise and be well.